Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday to you. Welcome back to In the Trenches with Dr. Tammy. I want to say to you this morning that today's episode is going to be a little bit different than our previous episodes. As some of you may know, I generally pre record episodes because I'm thinking through the process and I want to make sure that I give you my very best. This week has been just a little bit different. Yes, I'm still thinking through the process as I always do, but it took me a moment to decide what was really and truly on my heart. And with that being said, I need to just talk to you today. I need to talk to you because right now, in this world that we are living in, so much is going on. So many things that are traumatic to families, to businesses, especially small businesses and entrepreneurs. People are really and truly struggling right now. So I woke up this morning with kind of a heavy heart. And I know I've told you all before to be sure to give yourself grace when these kinds of things happen with you. And I'm doing that this morning. I'm giving myself grace because I woke up with a feeling that I'm carrying the burden of so many. And I say burden, but I just mean the feelings of others. And that is because, as I've shared with you before, I am an empath. And when people I know are hurting, or even people who I don't know are hurting, and I hear about it, I feel that in such a strong way, so much so that it's almost impossible to describe. But what I want you to know that I'm saying to you is I feel the pain that you're going through. I feel the discomfort that's being placed on you and your families. I feel the anxiety caused by the clear uncertainty that we are currently in this world. As I woke up this morning and pondered, what would I say to you today? I'm going to try to talk to you from a place of hope, from a place of love, and genuinely caring for you. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting tongue tied today because I'm feeling a bit emotional about this. Because at any moment, all of these things that are happening to people around me, people who I know, people who I don't know, at any single moment, it could directly impact my household. And as a human being, not caring about that to me sounds absolutely ludicrous. So I care. I want you to know this morning that if you are not a praying person, I encourage you to do so. I encourage you to look to the Most High. I encourage you to look to our Father and pray, because in these times that we're in right now, we are at a crossroads. We are in a place in which we must stand for what we believe in. We must stand in faith. I posted this morning on Facebook that we need to have at least the faith of a mustard seed. And we hear it all the time. People talk about the different Bible verses and things of that nature. However, if you don't know right now, this is when we really, really need to be standing on our faith. We need to be working together. We need to support each other. To my entrepreneurial friends, I know right now is difficult for you. People have lost jobs by the thousands on the federal level. And those are your clients. Those are the people who are supporting your businesses. So when we start thinking about this isn't just a small impact on a person over here or a person over there. This is an impact that spreads among the masses. What are we going to do? We talk about it. I see it all over social media, but there's not a plan. There is not a plan of action for how to move forward. So I will tell you what I would like to do just in my little space, in my bubble, and hopefully I will be able to find people or people find me who want to collaborate. But in the meantime, I can at least start promoting entrepreneurs who I know are working hard to provide for their families, who I know are working hard to keep a roof over their heads, to put food on their tables. I can provide support, not just by purchasing their services, but I can provide support by actually marketing their services for them. That can be done for free, you all. I say this all of the time. If you know somebody who's a small business owner and you're on social media, why aren't you sharing that information with others? That is one small thing that could lead to a great deal of business for that person or persons. We have to do what we need to do to help each other out. Because right now, if you are watching the news in any kind of way, you know how uncertain things are right now for so many people. So many people. So support them. Support them. Even if you cannot afford to buy or purchase their services, when you're on your platform, your social media, whatever it is, your Instagram, your Facebook, all of these, share that information. Because I am telling you this, if you are also an entrepreneur, don't you want them to do the same for you? It's free advertisement, doesn't cost a thing. But what it does show is your absolute support and solidarity with your fellow entrepreneurs. We have to stand in the gap for each other right now. This is a time in which we have to truly decide who it is that we are. Do we talk a good game or do we walk the way we talk it? Y'all have heard the song, Walk It Like You Talk It. Is that what you're doing? Or are you just talking? My daughter used to do this when she was little, when we were talking too much. So I'm going to do that for you today. Are you just talking? Or are you truly standing in the gap for your fellow man, for your fellow woman? Are we standing there for each other? How are you supporting someone else? I need to see it. We all need to see it because at some point, the test is going to show up at your door. Are you going to ace it? Or are you going to fail with flying colors? Personally, I want to ace the test because not only are we being tested by other human beings right here, but we are having a test of our faith right now, you all. Are you going to stand true to what you know you're supposed to be doing? I am concerned. I won't say that I'm worried because I pray. And if I'm going to worry, then I need not to be praying. But for those of you who are not praying as of yet, this is the time. This is the time. Do that. Reach out to each other. Talk to them. And I know that some of you say, well, I'm tired of talking about it. I'm just in a place where talking isn't enough. I understand that. I understand that because at some point you get to the place where you know you need help and you recognize that help may not come in the form of a human being initially, but it can, because the Most High will send you just what you need. And in many instances, it's in the form of a person, persons, people, however you want to call it. But I'm asking you today, if you are in a place of where you're trying to determine what's happening for you, how you're going to move forward, how you are going to make it work, I am asking you to stand. I am asking you to stand on his word. I am asking you to stand there. And if you cannot do it, somebody like me, we're going to stand in the gap for you. We're going to stand with you. We're going to be there to help you in any way that we possibly can. That could be a listening ear. That could be hands on deck. What do you need from me? How can I help you? But I am saying this to you. Don't always try to do it by yourself. Don't try to always hold it down, because so many of you, and I'm guilty, let me just say it right now, I am very guilty of not asking for help, of hiding it and holding on to it because I believe that I can do it by myself at all times. And I too have had to realize on more than one occasion that I cannot do it all alone. I'm saying to you today, you don't have to do it alone. You don't. We're out here. People who care about you, people who love you, we are out here. People who want you to succeed are out here. Because in the times in which we think we are not doing the greatest, that is when those thoughts come in. The thoughts that enter our minds that lead us to a place where we know we have a vision, where we know we have this dream, but it then sometimes becomes hard for us to believe in that dream. But God didn't give you that vision if he didn't want you to see it through. And I need you to know that. And before you all start saying, Dr. Tammy, you're preaching to us today, I'm not. I'm not. I am trying to encourage you. And if you watch my podcast, you already know that I am a believer. So if you're uncomfortable with hearing about faith and about God at certain times, then I'm sorry, this may not be the place for you. But if you're at a crossroads and you need some reassurance and you need to understand that there is something for you to believe in, you better believe that he's got it covered. You just need to walk by faith and not by sight. I need you to do that. Not for me, but for you. For every single thing that you are trying to accomplish, I need you to do that. And for those of you who have lost your jobs, I'm trying not to cry, y'all. This one is tough for me because I've been there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am praying for you. I'm praying for your family. I am standing in the gap. I knew it was going to happen. I get so emotional. I am standing in the gap for you because we are nothing without each other. Even when we think that we can do it all alone, we can't. Somebody prayed for you to get as far as you've gotten. You just didn't know it. I know that I had a praying grandma. Woo! Louise prayed for me in times in which I didn't even know she was praying, just for me to be successful. She prayed for my kids when she was alive. I have no doubt in my mind that not only have I experienced some of the successes in my life because of the type of prayer that she laid down for me, and the same for my kids and my siblings. She laid some prayer down for us that is still propelling us forward to this day. Now, am I saying that I don't encounter situations that are very difficult? Do I encounter challenges? Do I encounter times in which I don't always see my way out? Absolutely. Much more frequent than you think. But I know what to do. I know what to go. And I do that. I do that. So as I continue to speak with you this morning, I just need you to stay encouraged. I need you to know that you are not alone. I need you to know that eventually this moment, this exact moment, will be a moment you will look back on and say, how could I not have believed? How could I not have believed that it was all going to work out in the end and for my good? And that's what we have to remember. Even in the darkest of moments, everything, everything that is happening is going to work out for your good. I need you to believe. I need you to do that for you, for your family. Keep pushing, keep working, work together. Entrepreneur to entrepreneur, reach out, help each other to find resources, step in and help each other, lend a hand. That's what you need to do. And for our folks who, as I mentioned earlier, have lost their jobs, reach out to someone because there could be a resource available to you that you don't know about, that someone else does, that can help you and your family kickstart the next chapter in your beautiful life. Because again, this moment, while it may seem like the darkest of moments, it is just a moment. We're all going to get through this, but we need to do it together. We need to work together. We need to start thinking about how do we help our communities? How are we doing that? Because if you've noticed, there are certain communities right now who are really and truly struggling due to certain things that are being put in place. What are we going to do about it? Are we going out? Are we mobilizing? Are we talking to each other? Or are we looking at it on TV from the comfort of our homes and saying, oh, I wish them well? So if you hear me saying this to you today, I challenge you to reach out to me and say, hey, can you come help me with this? Because I'm going to do my best to do that. Will I be able to help every single person or every community? No, because it's just one me. But I can promise you this. I will do my best to help communities, to help entrepreneurs, help those who are in need of looking for resources. If I don't know where it is, I will try to find it for you. That's how we get to a place where it's better for us. And I say all the time that greater is on the way. I believe that. But it doesn't come without work. Because as you know, faith without work is dead. This time, we are being challenged to show our faith and the work that we're planning to do. So without sounding like I'm on my soapbox, because I really am not, I just want you to know that we've got this. We have got this, but we have to do it together. We most definitely have to do it together. I'm going to ask you one more time. Do you believe? Are you going to stand firm in what you believe? And before I end this podcast, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, so to speak, and I'm going to shout out an entrepreneur that I know and who I support on a regular basis in many, many ways. You've seen it on the podcast before. So we're going to start with this one. My favorite water runneth by Antoine Dwayne Jones of ADJ Media, Majority Greek Magazine, and the CEO of the Pearly Awards. And if you don't know what the Pearly Awards is, then you all need to reach out to me because it is something amazing. I've witnessed it on more than one occasion. I love to see the celebration of what's happening in communities and how we don't let that go unnoticed. That is the brainchild of Dr. Antoine Dwayne Jones, a good friend of mine and someone who I support. There are so many other entrepreneurs. You've heard me speak of others such as Deb Poozy from Pretty as Pearls. I often wear all of her Zeta paraphernalia. There are so many of us out here who are doing good things, who are doing the work. Y'all stand in the gap for them. Don't just talk about it. Be about it. Stand there for them. Believe. 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 Just the faith of the mustard seed. You got this. Don't let them do it alone. Let's not do it alone. Let's do the work. Let's do the work. Let's do the work. And before I end, I have to let you know again that the book is here. So if you're interested in purchasing your copy of A Brown Skinned Girl Like Me, you may do so by contacting me on any of my social media platforms or at drtammy70@gmail.com. Hopefully today I was able to encourage you without sounding like I'm on my soapbox. I just am extremely passionate about seeing us all succeed. And as my friend said earlier this week, the helper needs help. Let's help each other. Let's help each other. God bless you. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Stand firm. Do you believe? I do.